welcome back to Just Call Me Viv. This is a bonus episode, and I'm going to tie it in to episode 3 when we talked about why endings hurt, in particular, why heartbreak lingers. And for me, this has been a way to deal or heal through my most recent heartbreak. And it's still lingering. I'm still very much nursing a broken heart. So for me, journaling, writing, and listening to music is really the way that I process a lot of the emotions that I'm feeling around some of what's happened. And lately, I've been sitting with Alanis Morissette's Uninvited. And the reason why is I heard it on TikTok probably about a couple weeks ago. I've always loved this song. I remember hearing it for the first time with in the City of Angels movie. I even have the soundtrack. And I remember back then that I didn't fully understand the lyrics, but right now, this song feels like the soundtrack to my life. I don't know if she was writing it during, or she wrote it during a moment of her own heartbreak and she was processing her own feelings or emotions or whatever she was going through. But I feel like this very much sums up how I'm feeling. And let me tell you why. So when you're dating or when you first meet someone new, there's this rush. And not when you just meet a random person, when you meet someone new that you actually connect with, there's this rush, right? This undeniable spark. You feel wanted, you feel alive, you feel seen. And that's how it was with Storm, Mr. Blue Gray Eyes. From the very beginning, there was this pull between us. And I'm telling you, it happened instantly. I think I met him on a Monday and our conversation just flowed. It was so easy. And I knew like the sparks flew just from messaging each other. I had some dates that I had scheduled for that week that I canceled. By day 2 or 3, he asked that we be exclusive and talking to each other and sort of dating and getting to know each other. And I was okay with that. It was clear that I was pulled to him and he was pulled to me. He wanted me, I wanted him, and I let myself fall into that. But here's the part that no one really talks about. When something real is stirred in you, it stirs those emotions. Fear usually shows up right beside it. And when I'm talking about feelings, I'm talking about the possibility or the potential of love or falling in love with someone. Fear likes to come and hang out, especially if you've been heartbroken before, or if you've been deceived by love, or the person you've loved has let you down. And for Storm, that fear looked like running away from his own feelings. I truly believe that he couldn't sort of explain his fear or why he was so into me, but instead of leaning in, he backed away. And things were great until they weren't. So things were good until I think his fear caused him to pull away. But for me, that fear looked a little different. I probably leaned in too hard. I created space. I opened up my heart. I invited him into my life. And if I admit this to myself, I opened up myself wide and I probably fell hard. And once I did, my own ghost showed up, the whispers of old heartbreaks, reminding me of how badly things can end. And there's a line in the song where she says, "But you're not allowed, you're uninvited." An unfortunate slight. And that's what fear does. It convinces us that we're not allowed to love fully. It says, don't trust this. It'll only end in pain. And so we freeze and we build walls and we push people away before they have a chance to hurt us. And here's the truth. Fear feels like it's protecting us, but it isn't. It's just keeping us stuck, half in and half out, wanting to love, but never daring to let love all the way in. And I've been thinking about how for many of us live in that freeze. Maybe you felt it too, that pull between longing and fear. You want to be close, but your past reminds you of every betrayal, every disappointment, every moment someone left when you needed them the most. And so you self-protect, you shut down, and you tell yourself, I'll be safer alone. I've said that to myself. I'm safer alone. I did it for 9 years. I'll be safer alone. But safer isn't always better. Safer can become a cage. And when I hear the last lines of the song, where she says, I don't think you unworthy, I need a moment to deliberate, I hear that pause in the song, that moment of choice. Do I keep freezing and letting love out, or do I risk letting love in? And so here's my question for you. Have you ever caught yourself living in that pause, wanting to love, wanting to be loved, but too afraid of getting hurt? And if you have, know this. Please know this, that you're not broken. You're not broken. You're human, and fear is trying to keep you safe, but love is ultimately what makes us alive. Maybe the bravest thing we can do is notice when we're frozen and take one small step towards thawing that frozen tundra that we're creating to keep us away from love. I would say love even when it feels uninvited. Love even when it feels uninvited, because it teaches us that our hearts are still capable of loving, and that's never wasted. And thank you for sitting with me today. If this resonates, share it with someone who might need to hear it. And remember, fear is loud, but love, when we let it in, can be louder. Until next time, take care of yourself.